Question from Guy Tan. Do you recommend to start working with CROs for R&D steps and continuing with CDMOs, or only working with CDMOs for ADC development and manufacturing? Sandra, since you're large on my screen, is that one that you might be able to comment on?
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on what your internal capabilities are. But for us at Mythic, we actually have in-house capabilities, but not for all of the ADC manufacturing. And we partnered with the same CDMO, the same CRO for the early research work. And that was a huge advantage for us because the CDMO already had a fair amount of experience working with our particular ADCs. And so when we moved then into the development phase, there was already a fair amount of body of sort of knowledge that they could accelerate the CMC development. So it was a huge advantage for us. But again, I think it depends on what your in-house capabilities are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we have no in-house capabilities. And so the CDMO relationship is very, very important. And one of the things we've done is to maybe even take more of like a crude approach to like that first clone picking and maybe making more kind of a pool, a mixture, to kind of go through the whole process to make sure it's going to work before we do the true GMP and all the true IND enabling things. Maybe do kind of a crude, rough scale up first to make sure that the process is going to work before doing the big scale up.
That's great, Amy. You just set up a beautiful segue. I did want to talk about scale up in GMP, and as I mentioned during the registration process, our audience members are given the opportunity to tell us what they want to learn, and a number of audience members said that they were hoping to learn about get some insight into scale up in GMP manufacturing. So you just described, Amy, sort of an early approach to scaling up to GMP manufacturing at Vincerx. Any other, I guess, advice or learnings or reflections you can share with us on that step?
I mean, start as early as you can. I mean, it takes so much time. It might take 6 to 8 months to get your molecule. And so the more steps that you can go fast on, like I said, like using mixtures or pools to start before you have the final clone, that's one way to think about it. But I don't think you can start too early.
Yeah. Any specific challenges that came up at Vincerx and thoughts on how you addressed them?
I mean, the cell line's always going to be the tough, and getting the bank and getting that up and going. I think from our company point of view, the science, the chemistry is very, very strong. We've got experts in ADCs within our company. So it's usually the things that have to happen outside the company. So on paper, I think it looks like it's going to go really smooth, but until you're actually making, getting the clones, making the cell line, getting the cell bank, and getting that all done, I think you don't really know what to expect.
Yeah. Sandra, can you share anything from Mythic's perspective around that scaling up and challenges encountered?
Yeah, I think, clearly, starting early, I think that's a common theme here. Building your manufacturing strategy early, again, with that system level focus, selecting the right partner. And when I say really building a business partnership with them. And then we've talked about having the right experts around the table. I mean, what you want to be able to do is ideally leverage platform process technology to be able to streamline your CMC development. You're trying to truncate it, you're shorten it, but that can work well if you have experts that kind of know what risks are embedded when you're making sort of choices to truncate some of the work. So I'll share one example. I mean, for us, things don't always go as planned. We had some setbacks during the development where we had a blind spot. We did not have certain expertise in sort of the drug product manufacturing side, and we had some issues with file breakage. Again, could we have prevented? Perhaps we would have been better informed about some of the risks. But again, thinking about your team of in-house and consulting experts to be able to go fast and leverage platform technology, you really need to have that expertise around the table.